Good morning, guys. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm so glad that it's finally a new week because last week was extremely stressful and just a big pain in the butt. So hopefully we can start this week off just a little bit more relaxed, get more stuff done, and just enjoy it. So if you noticed, I wasn't able to do a vlog last week, and that's because we had the air conditioner being worked on literally like 3 to 4 days out of the entire week. They just kept having to come back and look at it, and I'll get into it more as we're working on stuff, but I want to show you what we're going to actually start today. So I think what we're going to do mainly today is a lot of painting. I've got other stuff, but I mainly want to get these things done. And so I got all these dragon pieces, and originally I was going to use these to mold and make like tiny little dragons, but I ended up just not liking them for that. I still like them, but I don't think they're going to work for what I want to do. And then I also have our antlers for the deer. Now originally when I showed this off, I was talking about adding a dream catcher to the middle of it, but it was pointed out to me that some people may not appreciate that and it may upset them, so I'm just going to avoid that and think of something else that we can put in the middle of this that could be interesting. Maybe this could be a better challenge for me. So I think what we're going to do, I don't know, I'm thinking a black hole would be kind of interesting, but I'm not sure how to go about it. So we'll think about that, but in the meantime we do need to paint these and all of these. But yeah, with those dragon pieces, I decided to remake them. So I ended up making these little cuties right here. I'll get them all out of here. I kept them up here so I don't lose them because they're kind of tiny. And everything's a mess right now. But this is the head. But I wanted to do something a little bit cuter, just something simpler and also smaller so it'd be easier to mold them. But I've got that. And also, I think this one's going to be more of a wyvern, so I've got back feet. There's fuzz on them. But I've got back feet for it, and little pads. And then I've got the like little finger pieces that could be on the wings. Okay, don't throw it. I tried to pick it up, but ended up throwing it across the room. But yeah, these are the little finger pieces that are going to go on some wings. But yeah, I'm going to have to actually redesign the pattern for this as well because originally it was going to be kind of dinosaur / dragon shaped, so it'd be easy to use for both, but now that I want to make wings, I got to redo everything. But that's okay. I'm still going to use the patterns that we cut out already in the fabric there. I just gotta figure out what I want to use it for. So nothing's gonna get thrown out or anything like that. I will find a way to reuse it and do something with it. I just wanted something a little cuter. I figured the lizard thing, it just looked a little bit too aggressive for such a small, like baby type piece. See? Like it needed to be just a tiny bit cuter. I think we can actually make this into a larger doll. Anyways, let's get started on painting. I need to clean my palette off. One thing that is nice about acrylic is how easy it is to peel off of plastic palettes. Not all the time. I think I actually need to do a soaking with this because it's really nasty, but most of it will peel right off. But yeah, I think with the dragon, I think I want to go with greens. I haven't done a green piece in a while. I just kind of felt like doing a green one. Plus, I want to use the same fabric that we were originally going to use for the tiny ones. I figured it would just look cute. So I think I'm going to start with primering the clay pieces for the dragon. I'm not sure what color I want to do the antlers yet. I do know I want to do some special effects with it, so I want to make it kind of metallic-y and stuff, but I don't know the color yet. But yeah, guys, I do appreciate everyone that was really patient with me not being able to vlog last week because of my air conditioner. I think a lot of people misunderstood and thought that it wasn't running, which I'm really glad that that was not the case. And I should have hopped on and explained that, but I was just so stressed out that I just wanted to explain everything and then get off the internet. I'm sure everyone can understand that. But yeah, what was basically happening is, if you didn't know this, water can come out of your air conditioner. So, our air conditioner and water heater are both in a closet. The air conditioner part for the inside is right above everything. Of course, the outside unit is outside, but those are in a closet, and the air conditioner kept leaking water. Here in Texas, it's very humid. so moisture builds up and stuff, and that's basically what happens is your air conditioner deals with a lot more humidity than in other states. So naturally air conditioners will do this anyways, just not to this extent, but it started pouring water out of it. And normally how air conditioners are set up is there's like a catch tray, and then it drains to the outside all the extra moisture that kind of drips from it. Well, that catch tray had a crack in it. It was extremely tiny, and we didn't know this at first because I've had this issue before. It's leaked and stuff, so we were under the impression that, okay, water was like stuck or it's doing something different. We're trying to get all the moisture out. And he just kept coming, removing the water, cleaning it, and then it would start back up literally the following day pretty much. So it'd be like every other day he was coming in trying to do something different with it to figure out what was going on. And eventually it came down to him having to tear the whole thing out to find out where it was leaking. He was trying to avoid that so that we could have air conditioner. I wouldn't have to turn everything off, but it just came down to he needed to take the whole thing apart. So he was here for a few hours doing that one day, which was the main day that I end up normally vlogging. Now here's the fun part. He wants to stop by the next day to, of course, double check that everything is good and make sure that it actually is fixed. But he mentioned that in the process of cleaning out all the water damage stuff, he caused a leak in the water heater. A very minute leak, very small. He said it'd be fine until he came back the next day, and then basically the next day when he comes back he needed to drain the water heater and replace the pipe that is leaking. And yeah, which is a good thing that this actually happened, because the leak that occurred was because one of the pipes had basically rusted through, and the like rusty stuff that built up on the outside was the only thing keeping it from leaking. So it was probably a good thing that it happened this way instead of basically exploding. I think it's all good. I haven't had any issues so far, and I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm literally checking like every couple of hours to see what's going on in the closet to make sure nothing else is leaking. Okay, now the antlers. I think I'm gonna go with kind of more of a darker lavender color. This is going to be for a deer that's white and purple, so I want to stick to the same color palette. See, that's why I'm having a little bit of trouble like with the idea of turning it into a black hole. I really like that idea, but the colors that the deer currently are so like pale. I'm wondering how creating a black hole would look with that. I mean, it's still kind of like a galaxy color maybe, so it might work. I really need to think it through. Okay, I'm gonna have to close my window because there is a ladder outside of it. Apparently the painters are back. Oh. So if you hear a lot of thuds, guys, it's just a ladder up against this wall back here. I guess they're gonna start on painting our building now. They've been mainly working on like all the other stuff, like doing the trim and all that and cleaning everything, but I think they're finally starting on the painting, so it might be a little bit loud today. Okay, so I'm gonna have to leave these to dry a little bit before we can add any more details to them, so that might be a good idea because I think they're gonna be a little loud for now. That's just them trying to go up a ladder. Okay, they're pretty much like right by my window. That's why I closed it, because I was like, I don't want you looking in. So while we're waiting for these to dry and the painters to be a little bit quieter, I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on lately. So I got one up here. I've been doing a little bit of painting, or at least getting ready to start on paintings. I've got a big project that I'm trying to get done, and as soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to start working on a bunch of other paintings. It's just kind of taking priority right now. But I had some extra time because that big project was wet and I couldn't paint on it, so I've been getting some of these slightly ready. This is one of my mushroom dragons. It might be hard to see, but I've been wanting to do this painting, and I'm going to do it in oils, but I did this in acrylic. Mainly because being such a dark color, I didn't feel like doing like 20 layers of black paint to get such a dark black, so I decided to primer it with a black acrylic, and then I did the same thing with another painting, which I'll show you real quick. I went over the background for this one just one more time. The bookshelf in the background, I'm debating on adding more detail to it. I know it's supposed to be kind of like a blurred background, but it's kind of closer, and I just want to add a little bit more detail to the books. And then let me turn the light on in here. I did the background for this one in acrylic too, because this is going to be another really dark piece, and this is one of my moon dragon. I really want to start getting into using the characters that I really like that I've created and like giving them backstories and stuff like that. So I want to kind of do that with these paintings, is just kind of show them off a little bit more, because these were actually art dolls that I did, and I just kind of redesigned the characters a little bit. Wonder if we can see them at all. I think they moved the ladder. They were nice enough to cover up all the cars parked down there with drapes, so they're not going to get paint on them. Somebody is upset. I know, they're on our balcony. Hey, no barking, you're okay. I know, you don't understand how they got up on the balcony. You're okay, I know, there's somebody on our balcony. Okay, so since Axel is kind of freaking out right now, I think I'm going to take a lunch break, make some food, and then just kind of settle down with him until they get off the balcony and quit freaking him out. And then we'll get back to painting. I think I'm going to make kind of a grilled cheese. I really like doing this. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it's basically like, kind of like tuna, but it's salmon, and then it's sweet and spicy. And I love this. Usually it's used for like making lettuce wraps and stuff like that, but I like making like spicy salmon grilled cheese with it. So normally I'll mix some cheese and maybe a little bit of cream cheese to make it not so spicy, because I'm a big baby, and then I just make it like a normal grilled cheese. So I'm gonna do that real quick. And get my bread. That in there right now because I don't have a plate yet. And we just need to assemble it. Put my salmon gloop right on the bread. Sorry, there's none of those fancy like simmering noises. I'm cooking it slow so I don't burn it. Come on. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I don't know if this looks appetizing to you at all. I mean, it's not the prettiest thing to eat. It's kind of messy, but it tastes really good to me. So they are finally gone. Someone's still upset. But we're going to settle down over here and relax, okay? I know, you're going to stare at the balcony window until you know for sure they're gone, huh? It's okay. Okay, I started back up on the antlers. And I added a few white stripes, just some lines here and there for decoration. And I think I'm going to frame the white with some gold. Really careful with this because I don't have a very steady hand. So like making really precise lines is a little difficult for me. Luckily this gold paint is really smooth and flowy, so it kind of helps. I don't have to go over it too many times to adjust it. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so I just need to do that to the rest of the white stripes. And I just realized I haven't done any of the filming for the tutorial, so I'm going to film some of that as well. At least doing the rest of the lines, that should be enough footage for it, because the rest of this was pretty basic. Oops. I can't believe I forgot about that. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry and we're gonna start painting these guys over here. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do with these is we're going to kind of whitewash over them. I mixed up some green with some white and just made a really like very soft green color. Almost like a sherbet. And I'm just gonna kind of dust over them lightly. Obviously I gotta add more detail to it, but I really like doing this because it's really simple. It's a good way of adding some depth without having to paint every little tiny bit of the face. So I'm gonna get the feet done too. It's a little messy painting like this, but not too big of a deal. You get it on your hands, you clean your hands. I think once this layer dries, I think the claws we might do gold. For some reason I just really like the gold since we did it on the antlers. And then I think we'll do the paw pads, the little toe pads and stuff, like a kind of really pale pink or something. And then we might add some extra like decorations to the scales. Nothing too much. I'm so glad it's actually quiet again. I think they're kind of done, or they're on lunch break with the painting. They'll probably be back, but I think by then we'll be done vlogging, so no big deal. But yeah, sorry we're not jumping back and forth between a lot of different things today. Just been kind of hectic, and I just kind of want to sit, relax, and get something done. And I'm currently like working on a bunch of stuff that I can't really show, so I figured let's just enjoy painting a little bit. Okay, so I'm finally done painting, which is perfect timing because the painters are back and they're clunking around and they're about to be on my balcony any minute and Axel's gonna get upset, and I think we're just kind of done for the day. So let me show you guys what I did. I've got everything kind of rested on my little foam piece. And so here are all of the clay pieces we ended up painting today. Obviously I showed you guys the antlers, but I'm still really liking them, so I'm going to show them off again. We got all the feet done. I did the kind of more pink paw pad kind of color. I did all the claws gold. I added more of a rosy color around the top portion of the nail. And then for the face, I didn't add too much gold, but I did add little gold teeth and then just a little bit of a gold highlight around the eyes. I'm debating on adding white highlights, but I'm not sure yet, so I'm just going to let everything dry and I'll probably mess around with it some more. But yeah, I think that's it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. It was a little bit hectic trying to film, but it wasn't too bad. We kind of worked around the clunking noises. It only interrupted us a few times. I'm sure once they're gone, Axel is going to pass out because he's so tired and so upset that he didn't get his daily naps because he's just been staring at the windows and the walls, hearing all the clunks and stuff. So yeah, tonight will be more relaxing and we'll settle down. I'll probably draw and stuff like that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.